Okay, we're going live, Vita. Tafhim, you can start.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum. We welcome you to this youth speech competition on behalf of the West Center. This is a really great way to increase the knowledge of our youth, and it's a really great way to increase their participation in healthy activities, their spiritual growth, and the growth of their mindset. We thank our sponsors for their generosity to help us arrange this program today. I would also like to request all of you to contribute to the West Center to help it grow and so that we can host more programs like these. Our sponsors are as follows: Mr. Hussein Qasim from Home Life Miracle Realty, Mr. Jafri Abbas from Amira Realty Incorporated, Mr. Jafri Abbas, Mr. Mas Talpour from Home Choice Realty. We have Mr. Shahidar from Remax Impact Realty, The Kebab Shop Whitby and Pickering, Shalimar Grill and Banquet, Pakiza Food Whitby, Crispy Chicken Oshawa, and our many local supporters. Jazakallah to all of you, and may Allah reward you all. Before we begin our program, I'd like to introduce our judges for today's event. We have Sister Hira Jaffrey from Ottawa, Sister Rida Talpour from Kelowna, BC, and Sister Sakina Jamil from Ajax, Ontario. Jazakallah to Sister Hira, Sister Rida, and Sister Sakina for your time today. I can tell you that our participants are not going to make it easy for you to judge today. I'm going to hand it over to the judges so they can explain the criteria for our competition. Sister Sakina, and Sister Sakina, Sister Rida, or Sister Hera, are you here?
Hi, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sorry about that. So my name is Sakina Jamil, as Tafhim introduced. Thank you so much, Tafhim, for that wonderful introduction. I just want to wish everyone good luck for today. Don't be nervous. You're all going to do great, and we're so excited to hear your speeches.
All right, so now we will begin. I wish all of the participants the best. Inshallah, all of you will do really amazing. I would first like to call Rida.
Sorry, Tafhim. Sorry to bother you, but are the judges going to give a bit of a heads up of what they will be judging the speakers on?
All right, the judges can go ahead and explain that.
Hi, I'm Rida. Assalamualaikum, everybody. Good luck. The criteria. So our criteria is this. The first aspect you're going to be marked on is information and your knowledge and how much research you've done. So it's out of 10. 10 is being perfect. 2 is presentation and mannerisms, how you carry yourself. Again, 1 out of 10. 3 is utilization of time. Is it too long or is it boring? Hopefully not. I'm sure it'll all be interesting. And 4 is organization, meaning how the beginning is, conclusion is. Again, 10 is perfect. So we will be grading you and we look forward to hearing your speeches.
All right, Jazakallah, ladies, thank you so much. So now we will begin. I wish all the participants the best. Inshallah, every one of you will do extremely well. I'd first like to call Rida to start the competition. Please recite aloud salawat for Rida.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I have been given a topic to speak about my favorite personality of Karbala. So I choose Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He was the grandson of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and the son of Mawla Ali alayhi salam and Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. He was born in the month of Shaban and he was martyred in the month of Muharram at the age of 56. Imam Hussein alayhi salam is our third Imam and the true savior of Islam. As our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Husainu minni wa ana min al-Husain. So it means Hussein is from me and I am from Hussein. Imam Hussein fought for the good of Islam. He sacrificed his family and himself for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam Hussein took a stand against Yazid's evil rule. He had a choice to pick between a life full of luxury or to die in the desert of Karbala. Imam Hussein chose to fight for the right. He said, I only desire to spread good values and prevent evil. Today, I would like to share some sayings of Imam Hussein in my words. He said, never be cruel with someone who has no helper but Allah. It means bullying is the worst. He also said that during absence of your friend, speak about her in a way you wish others would speak about you during your absence. Means backbiting is haram. He also said that death with dignity is better than a life of humiliation. May Allah help us to follow our beloved Imam Hussein alayhi salam and give us the opportunity to visit our Imam's Roza in Karbala in the land of paradise. Thank you and salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah so much, Rida. Indeed, we should, all of us, we pray that we go to his Raza, inshallah. Let us now continue with our second participant. We have Sayyid Muhammad Ali. So please recite aloud salawat for Sayyid.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. First, I would like to thank Dua Center to give us the opportunity to share our views. My name is Sayed, and today I will be talking about my favorite personality in Karbala, Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I choose him because I feel very close to him. He was a loving father, a loving brother, a loving husband, and a loving uncle. I see these qualities in my daily life. And I realized that he is one of the best role models that we can learn from. So who is Imam Hussein? Imam Hussein is one of Ahlul Bayt. His father is the leader of all mu'mineen. His mother is the leader of all women. His grandfather is the leader of all prophets. And he himself is the leader of all youth in Jannah. He is the revolutionary leader who made the ultimate stand for moral justice and refused to pledge allegiance to Yazid. That made Yazid very angry. After that, he received over 500 letters from Kufa and people who wanted to pledge allegiance to him. So he went his way to Kufa. When on the way to Kufa, he met her. He said, "Where are you going?" And then the Hussein said, to Kufa, and then Hur said back to him, I command you to get away from Kufa. But he still marched to Kufa. When he got into the city, it was too late. But he still got some people. He made the ultimate stand for moral justice. And for the sake of Islam, our Prophet, peace be upon him, spread a message to Islam. But Imam Hussein saved Islam, but he gave up the biggest sacrifice by being made martyred in Karbala with the most of his family and close companions, including his 6-month-old baby Ali Askar. They sacrificed their well-being and freedom for the sake of Islam, the, the coming generation. Not only, but also he knew what would happen after his shahada to his beloved daughter Sakina and remaining family, but he still stood firm and never doubted Allah's plan for him. This leads me to my next reason why we should follow him as a role model. For example, with COVID right now, a lot of people are hopeless, have lost jobs, and don't have enough to survive. And many people have lost close family members to COVID. Imam Hussein teaches us to never lose faith in Allah because He surely has a plan for all of us, which makes all of our lives easier. We can learn Imam Hussein's personality, and He will always be relevant to us and help us grow. I would like to conclude my speech by saying that is our duty as Imam's followers to answer his last call in Kabbalah, Hal min Nasir Yansurna, by staying firm on the right path and believing in Allah's plan, and to also be thankful to Him. There are so many lessons that we can learn from Imam Hussein and implement in our daily lives to one day help us stand with the Imam of our time. May Allah hasten our Imam's reappearance. Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله.
MashaAllah, Sayyid. Very nicely said. Imam Hussein is indeed a very important personality for us to learn from. Up next, we have Alize Faisal. Please recite a loud salawat for Alize.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamualaikum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. Today my speech topic is Ramzan. The holy month of Ramzan. Ramzan means fasting. Fasting is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Muslims who are mature and healthy fast as an act of worship. Ramzan is the 9th and the most sacred month of the Islamic calendar. Muslims dedicate themselves to worship while staying hungry and thirsty all day, only eating one meal before dawn and then another after sunset. They cannot even drink water. Fasting during this month helps us stay humble and grateful for the food Allah has blessed us with. It allows us to understand how hard it is not to eat for such long periods of time. As there are so many less fortunate people who don't have much to eat in Ramzan, we share our meals with others by sending iftari to the other people's home or to the mosque for the less fortunate. This teaches us to share and help those in need. Wishing you all a happy Ramzan. Thank you.
Right. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. MashaAllah, Alize, a very informative speech. Indeed, Ramadan is one of the most holiest months. Now, I would like to invite Abbas Ali. Please recite a loud salawat for Abbas.
Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. The topic that I will be talking about today is very interesting and is not spoken about very much. I will be addressing the merits of Ramadan as discussed in a khutbah by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This speech of Rasulullah can be found in the book Call on Me, I Answer You, Supplications, Prayers and Ziyarat by Sheikh Abbas al-Qummi on page number 323. There are many things that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam talked about in this khutbah, but unfortunately I do not have enough time to cover the whole khutbah, but I will highlight some important points to focus on. This is the book. You can also see it as my profile picture later. In the first part of the khutbah, Rasulullah talks about the month of Ramadan coming closer. Rasulullah says, O men and women, draws near unto you the blessed month, overflowing with advantages, merciful, ready to put your sins of omission and commission to Allah for obtaining His forgiveness. Its days, nights, and hours, in the estimation of Allah, are more select, refined, and important than the days, nights, and hours of other months. It surpasses all the months in merits and favors. Here, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam draws our attention to the importance and significance of Ramadan. Rasulullah is saying to not waste our days and hours in this blessed month, because Ramadan surpasses all the months in merits and favors and is the most refined month. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam talks about Allah's blessings upon us and the importance of our ibadat in this month. Rasulullah says, in this month you are the guests of Allah, enjoying His hospitality. You are from among His favorites. Your breathing is praise of Allah. Your sleep is His worship. Your prayers receive His approval. Your invocations are sanctioned. So sincerely, free from evil and sinful thoughts and actions, with clear conscience, pray and request that He may give you heart and confidence to observe, fast, and recite the Holy Quran and du'as throughout this month. Then Rasulullah says, he who does not receive mercy and forgiveness in this month is really an ill-fated unfortunate and condemned to everlasting unhappiness and deprivation. Here Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that we are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and that He is very forgiving and merciful in this month. Of course, we all know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is kind and merciful all the time, but in the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is extra forgiving and merciful. That is why we should take advantage of this holy month and do ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After that, Rasulullah talks about what will happen in the month of Ramadan and what we should do in the month of Ramadan. Rasulullah says, thirst and hunger you undergo, feel and live through, here and now, bring to your memory the severity and sharpness of the drought and starvation that will be the order of the day on the day of judgment. Then Rasulullah states what we should and shouldn't do in the month of Ramadan. I have simplified it for your understanding. Give food and money to the poor and the destitute. For example, you can donate to the community centers in your area. Treat your parents with respect. Be kind and loving to children and your siblings. Take care and look after your friends and relatives. Especially with the pandemic and lockdown, we must remember to check on our elderly. Keep away from saying, looking, or listening to bad things. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this because this tongue, these ears, and these eyes are not ours. Be compassionate and gentle to orphans so that after you, your children, if need be, receive the same treatment from others. Turn repentant to Allah and seek His nearness. Here Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam talks about things that we should do in Ramadan. However, these are things we should do all year round as well. Being kind, helping others, giving charity, and not misusing your eyes, ears, and mouth are things that we can do the whole year. By doing so, we are preparing a better akhirat for ourselves. In conclusion, I would like to say that we should all try our hardest to follow what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in this khutbah and to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with everything we do, not only in Ramadan, but with every decision we make and every second that passes in our life. Jazakallah for your time and attention. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, Muhammad. Jazakallah very much, Abbas, and mashallah, that was very well done. And indeed, there's much to be learned and to grow in the month of Ramadan. Now I would like to call Abdullah Rizvi to present his speech. Please recite aloud salawat for Abdullah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Rizvi. Shaban Mubarak to you all. Since Imam Mahdi alayhi salam's Waladat has passed, I'll talk about his major and minor appearance signs. There's major signs and minor signs of Imam's reappearance. Our Imam gave us some signs of his reappearance. Some major signs are widespread of injustice and corruption. The Imam doesn't want us to bring corruption to our world. He wants to bring justice. There are more signs from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam sayings. He said, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam is of my lineage. He will fill the earth with fairness and justice as it was filled with oppression and injustice. A hadith from Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam, where he speaks about the signs about our Imam's reappearance. He says, there are 5 signs for his reappearance: the appearance of Sufyani and Yemeni, the loud cry in the sky, the murder of a pure soul, and the earth swallowing a group of people in the land of Bayda. Some minor signs of the Imam's reappearance in some riwayat: it will be a Friday on the day of Ashura, and he will arrive from Mecca. He will make Kufa the capital like his great-grandfather Imam Ali, where he will spend time. He will put Islam's flag on the Kaaba. Appearance of the Sufyani. According to some narrations, Sufyani, one of the descendants of Abu Sufyan, will arise before Hujjatullah Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. He has been portrayed as an outwardly devout man that will take care to remember Allah at all times, but in reality he will be the most wicked man in the world. He will upraise during the Rajab after he realizes that Hujjatullah Imam Mahdi alayhi salam has appeared. He will send away an army to fight him. Some books say that the army of Sufyani, before getting to the army of Hujjatullah Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, will sink into the earth in Bayt, the area between Mecca and Medina. The appearance of Sufyani is mentioned in both Shia and Sunni narrations. Appearance of Yemeni. In some narrations, the appearance of Yemeni is mentioned as one of the certain signs of the 12th Imam. The 5th Imam, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam, described Yemeni in detail in a hadith. Among these individuals, Sufyani, Yemeni, and Khorsani. The Yemeni is the closest to guidance, for he calls the people to join Hujjatullah Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. When he rises, the trading of weapons will be prohibited for every Muslim. When he rises, join him immediately, for his flag is the flag of guidance and prosperity, and no Muslim should oppose it. And one who does so will go to hell, because the Yemeni calls to the right path. Some sources mention that the Yemeni and the Khorsani will be allied against the Sufyani. The loud cry in the sky. And the third certain sign that is mentioned in the above narration is the loud cry in the sky. According to tradition, 2 cries will be heard, and the first of them will be Jibreel. He will call the name of Imam al-Mahdi and his father, and say that the truth is with Ali and his Shia. All people will hear Jibrail's cry in their own language. In a tradition of Imam Jafar al-Sadiq alayhi salam that is narrated by Zurra ibn Ayyan, it is said that after this cry, Shaitan will call certainly so-and-so and their followers are victorious ones, and this in his meaning is a man from Banu Umayyah. He adds that the person who makes the first cry says the truth. The murder of a pure soul. A pure soul, or Nafs Zakiyah, is one of the descendants of Imam Hussein ibn Ali. He will be murdered without any sin or crime. According to many narrations, he is the envoy of Hujjatullah Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam to Mecca. Before his reappearance, when he will arrive to Mecca and say his message, the people of Mecca slay him around the Kaaba. The earth sinking in the land of Bayda. The sinking of Sufyani's army into the earth is a certain sign of reappearance of Hujjatullah Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam. In addition to above mentioned hadith of Imam Jafar Sadiq, in a hadith, Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam mentions that Sufyani's army will sink on the earth. Here are some uncertain signs. There are many uncertain signs in the tradition whose occurrence is dependent on certain conditions. These signs are uncertain signs, some of them. Number 1, total eclipse in the middle of the month of Ramadan and lunar eclipse in the end of that month. Number 2, seeing fire in the sky. Number 3, successive wars and death of many people in the world. Number 4, creation and development of science and knowledge in Qum. Number 5, increasing injustice and corruption in the world. Number 6, the coming of fitna and removal of fearfulness of God, also called taqwa. Number 7, a person passing by a grave might say to another, I wish I was in his place. Number 8, the loss of honesty and authority put in the hands of the loss. Number 9, the loss of knowledge and the prevalence of religion and ignorance. To sum up, we know some of these signs, so I think we should be prepared when Imam Mahdi comes, so we can join him in his army. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Jazakallah Abdullah. That was an amazing speech. So much to learn from that, especially from the signs of the zuhur of the Imam of our time. Now we have our final competitor, certainly last but certainly not least, we have Fatima Kazmi. So please recite aloud salawat as I invite Fatima.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praise goes to Allah who created the sky, the roaring waves, and the shining moon. All du'as and salam go to Prophet Muhammad and his family. Peace be upon them. Today, I will be talking about the month of Rajab and its effect on my personality. So first, I would like to start off with the saying of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who said, Rajab is a month of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and it's the holiest month to which other months cannot compare. Rajab is also called Asab, which means the month where sins are forgiven. To emphasize how Rajab has impacted me, I would have to talk about a few du'as that I read every day. There's a dua for the month of Rajab. You can find it in Mufat al-Jinnah that has a beautiful sentence. Parvardigar, you know the conversations of a quiet heart. And this is a sentence that can purify our lives. If we learn to trust this sentence, then we start to feel the connection with our Lord. We can never go astray. In the same dua, if you move forward, there's an insightful sentence that says, and when I ask a question, your ear hears it. This reminds us of the fact that our Imams, be it Imam Ali Islam or Imam Hussein Islam, Imam Zaman Islam, or any of the Imams, they are listening to us. They are the ears of Allah. They listen to us even if nobody else does. By reading these du'as in Rajab, we feel a connection to the Masameen, and because of that, we feel a connection with Allah, the Almighty. This is how these du'as impact me. It makes my belief stronger. Another du'a's translation states, in which I ask, O Allah, give me the patience of the grateful, meaning no matter which state I am in, I will always ask for patience and ask for the actions of the fearful, so that I never oppress anyone or hurt anyone, so that I'm always aware of my actions and afraid of their consequences. In the same dua, I also state, I am only a lowlife and only a servant. This helps me stay humble and grateful so that I don't get arrogant or think I'm superior. These are the beautiful du'as that help me with my everyday life. In addition, if you look at the first day of Rajab, it's the Zuhur of Imam Baqir alayhi salam. On this day, we are so overjoyed and happy. We attend Jashrans and learn more about our Imam, which allows me to develop a better personality. In Rajab, there is also the Shahadat and Wiladat of Imam Ali Naqi alayhi salam. So we are constantly in remembrance of the Masameen. We learn about more sayings and more fazilat and more advice for our daily lives. On 9th Rajab, it's the Wiladat of Mawla Ali Yazdi alayhi salam. I love his Wiladat so much because I love him so much. The auspicious anniversary of the birth giver of our commander, of our Imam, of our master, let me remind you all again of the Prophet, peace be upon him, saying, Rajab is a month of Allah, and there is no single doubt about it because in Rajab, in the month of Allah, the world saw a manifestation of Allah in the house of Allah with the most loved name of Allah. And on that day, we are so happy, so excited. We decorate our house so that we can celebrate. We also have the 22nd Rajab, in which we do kunde and listen to the miracle of Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam. We bring flowers and clean the house to prepare for it. We go to the house of other mu'min and rejoice with them. We are constantly smiling and get so much sawab. And then on the 25th of Rajab, we learn for the martyrdom anniversary of Imam Musa Kazim alayhi salam. And then after that, it's the end of the auspicious occasions of the month of Rajab with Shab al-Mi'raj. We stay up all night and ask for dua and pray. It's like a bonus night for us to ask for forgiveness and make dua. The excitement still does not end because the closer Rajab comes to an end, Shaban approaches faster. We are so excited for Shaban and the month of happiness that we can't help but feel excited. In the end, I would like to say I love Rajab, for it's a month in which we saw the manifestation of the Almighty. Allah Jal Ya Mawla Kareem.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. MashaAllah, Fatma, such wonderful words. And indeed, Rajab is a very important month of our Islamic calendar. So that wraps up the speeches. The judges have quite a decision to make right now. As they decide our winners, we will be showcasing some of the art made by our youth. So it'll be a while until the judges make a decision.
So we're working on that. Just give me a minute and we'll show the artwork. Thank you.
The judges are ready with our decision now, unless we're waiting on the artwork. We can.
No, you can go ahead with the your decision. We'll show the artwork later on. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, first of all, everyone, thank you so much. Those were such amazing speeches, and this was such a difficult decision to make. We just want to reflect that even if you are not announced as the winner, you are a winner in all of our eyes. It takes so much courage to do this and to put in all of the research. We can see how much hard work you all put into this. So we're so proud of you all. And don't worry if your name is not taken. Don't think you didn't do a great job. We just want to reassure you all that you did absolutely wonderful. And this was a very tough decision to make. All of the topics chosen were absolutely amazing, so interesting. Honestly, we learned so much from you and we thank you so much for that. All of that being said, we'd like to announce the winner of the 12 and under age group as Abbas Ali. Abbas, congratulations. You did such an amazing job. We absolutely loved your speech. We learned so much from you. And just a big congratulations. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So proud of you and so proud of you all once again.
Judges, do you have a runner-up?
We do have a runner-up, yes. Our runner-up is Abdullah Rizvi. Congratulations to you, Abdullah, as well. We absolutely loved your topic. We think it's so important and so amazing that this is something that you're thinking about and doing research on at this age. Absolutely so proud of you as well. And we think everyone learned so much from you and so many things that we may not have any knowledge on before. So thank you so much for that. And just reiterating once again that even if you were not the winner or the runner-up, this was such a tight scoring race. You all did so well and everyone's scores were very close to each other. So just wanted to reiterate that, but congratulations once again to Abbas for winning this competition and to Abdullah as the runner-up.
All right, so congratulations to Abdullah and Abbas. MashaAllah, just as Sister Sakina said, all of you did really well. All of you are winners in our hearts. May Allah reward all of you for your time and your efforts to come to this competition and make it a great one. This concludes our first category. I would like to hand it over to Hussein, who will continue with our second category of, I believe, 13 to 18. Assalamu alaikum.
Hussein, you're on mute.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you, Sister Tafhim. MashaAllah, you managed the first session amazingly. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Hussein Ehsan. I will be your host for this session of speeches. And for those of you who have recently joined the Zoom meeting, I would like to introduce our judges for this event. So we have Sister Hira Jafri from Ottawa, Ontario, Sister Riza Talpour from Kelowna, BC, and Sister Sukina Jamil from Ajax, Ontario. So if you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
Thank you so much, Hassan, for that introduction. So as Hassan said, my name is Sukina Jamil. My fellow judges are Hira Jafri and Rida Talpour. So we just wanted to wish you all the very best of luck in this competition. We're very excited to hear your speeches. For those of you just joining us, we just wanted to let you know that your criteria that we will be judging you on is the information that you present. And that basically just means the level of knowledge and research that we see that you've put in. Alongside of that, we have your presentation in general and the skills we see put into that, your utilization of your time, so basically how you're using your time to give across your information, and just the organization of the speech in general. So those are just the 4 main things we're looking at for your speech. Best of luck to all of you, and we're very excited to hear your speeches.
Sisters,
Everyone, sorry, we're having issues with our Hussein's voice control. It's not unmuting. So he'll be using my my phone to speak. So go ahead, Hussein.
So Jazakallah, Sister Sukina, and thank you all our judges today for your time. So as you know, the session is for ages 13 to 18. So I would like to call upon the first contestant. Can Sister Sania Zara please recite her speech?
Sister Sania Zara, can you please start your speech? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you properly.
Is Sister Sania Zara online?
I don't see her name on the participation
Okay, so then
list.
Can Brother Hamza Hussain please recite their speech?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम सैयद हमजा हुसैन है। आज मैं आपको रमज़ान की अहमियत आइम्मा ताहिरीन की नज़र में और रमज़ान के असरात हमारी ज़िंदगियों पर बयान करने की कोशिश करूँगा। रमज़ान मुबारक खुदा का महीना है, जैसे शबान रसूल खुदा सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम का महीना है। रमज़ान बाकी सारे महीनों से अफजल है। ये वो महीना है जिसमें आसमान जन्नत اور رحمت کے دروازے کھل جاتے ہیں اور دوزخ کے دروازے بند ہو جاتے ہیں۔ اس مہینے میں ایک رات ایسی بھی ہے جس میں عبادت کرنا 1000 مہینوں کی عبادت سے افضل ہے، جس کا نام لیلۃ القدر ہے۔ مفاتیح الجناح میں روایت ہے کہ ماہ رمضان میں دن کا روزہ افطار کرنے کے وقت اللہ تعالیٰ 1,00,000 انسانوں کو جہنم کی آگ سے آزاد کرتا ہے۔ شب جمعہ اور جمعے کے دن کی ایک گھڑی میں خدا تعالیٰ ایسے ہزاروں انسانوں کو آتش دوزخ سے رہائی بخشتا ہے جو دوزخی بن چکے ہوتے ہیں۔ اس مہینے کی آخری رات اور دن میں اللہ تعالیٰ اپنے اتنے بندوں کو جہنم سے آزاد کرتا ہے جتنے پورے رمضان میں کر چکا ہے۔ امام جعفر صادق علیہ السلام اللہم صلی علی محمد و علی محمد سے روایت ہے کہ جو شخص اس بابرکتی مہینے میں نہیں بخشا گیا تو وہ آئندہ رمضان تک نہیں بخشا جائے گا، سوائے اس کے کہ وہ عرفہ میں حاضر ہو جائے۔ رمضان مبارک کے فضائل اور اعمال بہترین طریقے سے امیر المومنین علیہ السلام اللہم صلی علی محمد نے اپنے خطبے میں اس طرح ارشاد فرمائے ہیں کہ ایک روز حضرت رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم اللہم صلی علی محمد و علی محمد خطبہ دیتے ہوئے ارشاد فرمائے، اے لوگوں، تمہاری طرف رحمتوں اور برکتوں والا مہینہ آ رہا ہے جس میں گناہ معاف ہوتے ہیں۔ یہ وہ مہینہ ہے جس میں یہ مہینہ خدا کے سارے مہینوں سے افضل و بہتر ہے، جس کے دن دوسرے مہینوں کے دنوں سے بہتر ہیں، جس کی راتیں دوسرے مہینوں کی راتوں سے بہتر ہیں، اور جس کی گھڑیاں دوسرے مہینوں کی گھڑیوں سے بہتر ہیں۔ یہی وہ مہینہ ہے جس میں خدا نے تمہیں اپنی مہمان نوازی میں بلایا ہے، اور اس مہینے میں خدا نے تمہیں بزرگی والے لوگوں میں قرار دیا ہے۔ اس میں سانس لینا تمہاری تسبیح اور تمہارا سونا عبادت کا درجہ پاتا ہے۔ اس میں تمہارے اعمال قبول کیے جاتے ہیں اور دعائیں منظور کی جاتی ہیں۔ تم اچھی نیت اور بری باتوں سے پاک دلوں کے ساتھ اس ماہ میں خدا تعالیٰ سے سوال کرو کہ وہ تم کو اس ماہ کے روزے اور اس میں تلاوت قرآن کی توفیق عطا کریں۔ اس مہینے کی بھوک و پیاس میں قیامت والی بھوک و پیاس کا تصور کرو۔ اپنے فقیروں اور مسکینوں کو صدقہ دو، بوڑھوں کی تعظیم کرو، چھوٹوں پر رحم کرو اور رشتہ داروں کے ساتھ نرمی اور مہربانی کرو۔ اپنی زبانوں کو ان باتوں سے بچاؤ کہ جو کہنی نہیں چاہیے۔ جن چیزوں کو دیکھنا حلال نہیں ہے ان سے اپنی نگاہوں کو بچائے رکھو۔ جن چیزوں کو سننا تمہارے لیے صحیح نہیں ان سے اپنی کانوں کو بند رکھو۔ یتیم بچوں پر رحم کرو تاکہ تمہارے بعد لوگ تمہارے یتیم بچوں پر رحم کریں۔ اپنے گناہوں سے توبہ کرو، خدا کی طرف رخ کرو۔ نماز کے بعد اپنے ہاتھ دعا کے لیے اٹھاؤ کہ بہترین اوقات ہیں جن میں اللہ اپنے بندوں کی طرف نظر رحمت فرماتا ہے، اور جو بندے اس وقت اس سے مناجات کرتے ہیں وہ ان کا جواب دیتا ہے، اور جو بندے اس سے پکارتے ہیں وہ ان کے پکار پر لبیک کہتا ہے۔ یہ ایک مہینہ ہماری ٹریننگ کا مہینہ ہے تاکہ پورے سال کے لیے ہماری نیک اور اچھی عادتیں بن جائیں۔ ہمیں چاہیے کہ ان چیزوں سے پرہیز کریں جن کو اللہ نے حرام کیا ہے۔ جزاک اللہ خیر، بر محمد و علی محمد صلوات۔
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Jazakallah, Brother Hamza. That was, may Allah and the Muslim be happy with you. Nextly, may Brother Ibrahim Rizvi say his speech.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the beneficent. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ibrahim Rizvi, and I have gathered many resources for today's topic. And my topic of today is about Imam Mahdi's family tree. But before I start, I want to say a quote by Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. He says, If my Shias knew the intensity of my love for them, they would die from longing to see me. This quote means that Imam Mahdi loves his Shias more than we love him. And if we found out how much he loves us, we would die waiting for him. Now let me tell you some basic information about the Imam alayhi salam. Imam Mahdi alayhi salam was born on 15 Shaban in the city of Samara, Iraq. He is in Ghaibat since the age of 5 after the shahadat of his father Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam after praying namaz-e-janazah. Now I will be telling you some of his well-known titles and their meanings. Some of his well-known titles are Al-Mahdi, the guided, Al-Qaim, the riser, Al-Hujjah Al-Muhammad, the proof of the household of Muhammad, Imam al-Asr, the Imam of our time, Sahib al-Zaman, master of the era. Now I will tell some enemies of Islam that will go against Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. Some historic figures who will go against Imam Mahdi alayhi salam are Shaitan, Dajjal, Sufyani. These people will try to ruin the religion of Islam, but they won't succeed because the Imam is protecting our religion. The family tree of Bani Hashim. Hazrat Abdullah alayhi salam and Bibi Amina had a son named Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Prophet Muhammad and Bibi Khatija had a daughter named Bibi Fatima al-Zahra salamu alayha. Hazrat Abu Talib and Bibi Fatima bint Asad alayhi salam had a son named Imam Ali alayhi salam, which is our first Imam. Imam Ali and Bibi Fatima had two sons named Imam Hassan and Hussein, which are the two sons of Imam Ali and Bibi Fatima. The Imamat continues from Imam Hussein's side. Imam Hussein and Bibi Sharbano had a son named Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Imam Sajjad and Bibi Fatima bint Hassan, which is Imam Hassan's daughter, had a son named Imam Baqir alayhi salam. Imam Baqir and Bibi Farwa bint Qasim had a son named Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq and Bibi Hamida Khatun had a son named Imam Musa al-Kazim alayhi salam. Imam Musa al-Kazim and Bibi Najma Khatun had a son named Imam Ali Rida alayhi salam. Imam Ali Rida and Bibi Sabiqa Khatun had a son named Imam Muhammad al-Taqi alayhi salam. Imam Taqi alayhi salam and Samina Khatun had a son named Imam Ali Naqi alayhi salam. Imam Ali Naqi as-Son or Haditha, as known in some hadiths, had a son named Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam. Imam Hassan al-Askari and Bibi Narjis Khatun had a son named Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, which is our Imam of the time. Some riwayat say that Imam Mahdi alayhi salam is married and has some kids, but some riwayat say it is unknown. We are waiting for our Imam of the time in a corrupted era, and we are doing dua for our Imam's arrival, so he could help the Muslims against the enemies of Islam. And we do dua to be part of his army. Ameen. Thank you for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Salawat.
Allahumma.
Yep, please give us 1 second. We're just having some technical issues here.
Do apologize for the situation. We have a bit of a technical issue. The meeting is freezing and we're not able to switch to the voice for Hussein on and off. So let me just continue from here. Hussein will not be able to proceed. I believe the next person that we have in line for speeches would be Sakina Ali Kazmi. But before that, Ibrahim Jazakallah, I was listening to your speech, very well put together. May Allah be happy with you. So Sakina Ali Kazmi, if you can please start your speech. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Growing concerns over the coronavirus spread have caused people around the world to change the way they do things. Some have cut back on travel plans and are avoiding crowded spaces. Others have dropped greetings like handshakes and hugs for elbow bumps and foot shakes. Churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues are also changing rituals in an effort to contain the spread of the virus. So, how easy is it to maintain the sense of spiritual now place the wafer in people's hands rather than on their tongues and have stopped
Sorry, Sakina, we can't hear you. Can you just repeat your speech, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, like it was just cutting off for a bit. I don't know if it's our reception or yours, but the judges all couldn't hear you. So can you please start again, if you don't mind?
Okay, that's fine. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Growing concerns over the coronavirus spread have caused people around the world to change the way they do things. Some have cut back on travel plans and are avoiding crowded spaces. Others have dropped greetings like handshakes and hugs for elbow bumps and foot shakes. Churches, mosques, temples, and synagogues are also changing rituals in an effort to contain the spread of the virus. So, how easy is it to maintain the sense of spiritual connection when the way you worship has to change? In other words, is COVID putting a barrier between people and their faith? If you look at Christianity, Catholic churches from Ghana to the US and Europe have changed the way they have carried out Mass in an effort to stop infection. Priests now place the wafer in people's hands rather than on their tongues and have stopped giving wine in the communal chalice. Instead of shaking hands during the sign of peace, members of the congregation are being asked to simply pray for the person sitting next to them. For Hindus, this is the time of the year when Holi, the festival of colors, is celebrated. People during this time are avoiding large gatherings and are wearing face masks to prevent the spread of this virus. In Judaism, many Jews traditionally touch or kiss the mezuzah, which are scrolls with religious verses, when they enter a building or a room. But today, my goal is to share with you all how I, along with every other Muslim, are coping with the adversity of COVID through our faith, Islam. But before that, globally, if you look at the Grand Mosque in Mecca, it is usually crowded with thousands of Muslim pilgrims, but there has been a dramatic decline in visitors to Islam's holiest sites. Devotees from around the world would usually be visiting the Umrah pilgrimage, which, unlike Hajj, can be performed at any time of the year. About 8 million Muslims make the trip annually. Furthermore, up to 25 million Shias mark Arba'in by walking the 50-mile journey from Najaf to Imam Hussein alayhi salam's shrine in Karbala. But due to the virus, the numbers are less. However, our faith as Shia Muslims have elevated during these tough times. For example, instead of meeting in person due to the pandemic, we have arranged majlises virtually via Zoom calls during Muharram. We have also distributed our tabarak through drive-thrus. Additionally, we have held car rally juluses and have also organized online jashrans. Another perfect example we can see right now is the fact that Dua Center is running these online programs and has created a platform where we can all continue to recognize and show our love of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. As Muslims, all these changes we have made demonstrate how strong our faith remains, despite the present situation we're all facing. This virus hasn't diminished our faith in the slightest. In fact, it has given us all Muslims an opportunity to strengthen our Iman. This pandemic has given me and everyone else the chance to become creative in finding new and safer ways to practice Islam. Consequently, our faith is also helping us cope with the pandemic mentally and spiritually, providing us with a sense of purpose and giving us a sense of community. Our faith has also led us to a healthier life, enabling us to cope with anxiety and stress. In addition to dealing with the pandemic through our faith, we Muslims all over the world up to this time have been calling upon the arrival of one important individual, which is our last infallible Imam, Imam-e-Zaman alayhi salam. Al-Ajal, Al-Ajal, Ya Imam-e-Zaman. Al-Ajal, Al-Ajal.
MashaAllah, Bitta Sakina, that was so nice. Very well put together speech. May Allah accept your services and Masameen be happy with you. Without further ado, I'll ask the next participant, Bani Azmi, to give her speech. And then from there on, we'll move on to the next section of the program. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praise goes to Allah the Almighty, and all durood and salam go to Prophet Muhammad SAW and his household. As a Shia, as a lover of our Imams and our infallibles, we have one purpose, and that is to prepare for the arrival of His Glorious Highness, His Eminence, Imam Zaman alayhi salam, Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman al-Qaim. But why? Why do we have to prepare for his arrival? Why is it important to prepare for the arrival of our Savior? When we look for the answer to this question, we can come across so much knowledge, but I'm going to focus on the topic given to us and move on with an ayat that we find in the Quran that says, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ansarullah. O wielders of faith, be among the Ansar of Allah. Now it's obvious that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not come down to the earth himself, but that means someone, a representative of Allah, will come down to the earth, and that person is a manifestation of Allah himself, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam. So that means doing the nusrat of the Imam is doing the nusrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and being the Ansar of the Imam is being the Ansar of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But nusrat, what is nusrat? Many people think that nusrat is to help, but no. To help is madad in Arabic. To help is madad in Arabic because madad means to help a community, a group, or an organization. But we are not helping our Imam because our Imam doesn't need help. Allah doesn't need help. Nusrat is something different. It has a mission behind it. It is our job to help accomplish that mission, and that is nusrat. Because not because the Imam can't do the mission himself, it's because if we don't have a mission, we are worthless, we are useless. And what is the mission? A grand mission, actually. When we look into the Bible, we see a holy verse that says, where Prophet Isa alayhi salam is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Oh God, bring your kingdom to the earth so the same rule you have on the sky, you have on the ground. And that's exactly what we are doing in Dua Tajil when we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Hatta tuskinahu arzakata wa tumatti'ahu fiha tabila. We are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in essence, to send Imam Zaman alayhi salam down to hasten his reappearance so that the Imam can come and establish the kingdom of Allah on the earth. And that is our mission. That is our mission. Our mission is not Jannat. If we have the vilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, we don't need Jannat. We already have more than that. Our mission is to prepare for the arrival of our Imam so the Imam can establish the kingdom of Allah on the earth, so that we can prepare for the kingdom of Ilahiyah. And how do we prepare? 5 ways. Marfat, Muwaddat, Nusrat, Intizar, Dua Tajil. Marifat is learning about our Imam. It means that we are learning about him. We are trying to stay away from ignorance towards our Imam. It could be as simple as knowing his birthday or about his ghabat. It could be as extensive or expanded as possible. We can get as much knowledge as we want. But that is Marifat. Learning about our Imam is Marifat. Then comes Muwaddat. Muwaddat is intense love for our Imam. It is different than Muhabbat because no matter the trials and tribulations we face, the love gets stronger and stronger and stronger and knows no limits. And that is what we have to have for our Imam. Muwaddat is what we have to have for our Imam. Then comes Nusrat. Nusrat means to prepare for the mission of our Imam, to prepare for the kingdom of Ilahiyah. How do you do that? You can just spread your marifat about the Imam. You can tell others what you know about his mission, on how you're preparing for his mission. That is Nusrat. Then we move on to Intizar. Intizar means to wait for our Imam. And a tip is to wait for our Imam as if you are living in the tent of the Imam and the Imam can come at any moment, meaning that you are going to be assured at every single moment of your life. If you live life as if you are living in the tent of Imam, you're going to be assured that no matter what moment is the day of judgment, and no matter when the Imam comes, you will be ready for his reappearance. And then you can also prepare and do intizar for your Imam by constantly remembering him and keeping his name on your tongue. Because the ones that keep the name of the Imam on their tongue constantly are the ones that are saved on the day of judgment. One way to do this is by reading a tasbih every day. Ya Mawla, Ya Hadi, Ya Mahdi alayka salam 13 times every day. And although it may seem like a lot, it's not. You can read it before or after namaz, before or after Quran. You can read it any time of the day you remember. It's going to help you remember your Imam constantly. And if you read it any time of the day, every day, just make sure that you are reading it with the same respect you would read the Quran. Then is Dua Tajil. There are two types of fakir, of beggars in this world. The first is the one that come and ask rudely for what they want and then they leave. The other type of beggars are the ones that come and they ask for their personal need, but they are giving you dua. May you live a long life. May you have a happy family. They are asking for themselves, but they are giving dua to you. And when we read Dua Tajil, when we say, Allahumma kulli waliyaka al-Hujjat ibn al-Hassan alayhi salam, we are asking for Allah for the safety of our Imam, for the reappearance of our Imam, but we are asking for ourselves. Because when the Imam comes, no one is as benefited as we are. And that is why it's important to read Dua Tajil, to remember our Imam. And remember that Imam Zaman alayhi salam is Rahim. He is Kareem. He is Rahman. Whatever we give to him, he will double and triple and quadruple and give back to us in return because he is Kareem. And please remember that nothing in this world, in this universe, in the known and unknown can give us the same satisfaction that the reappearance of our Imam will give us, that when we see the Imam for the first time will give us. And that is why we have to prepare for the arrival of our Imam. Allah Jalla Mawla Kareem, Allah Lanatullahi ala Qawm az-Zalimin.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So finally, my volume is started is working. Jazakallah beta. That was a very knowledgeable and very well put together speech. I'm sure all of us have gained a lot from this. I hope you guys can hear me. Can someone acknowledge, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. So going on, again, I just wanted to reiterate that this was a great effort by everyone. All of the participants did very well, and they've put together a lot of effort. We can see that a lot of research went into it, and very well put together speeches. So now, what I'll do is I'll ask Sister Bushra to see if she can present the arts from yesterday, while the judges work on preparing the results. Jazakallah. So this one is from Ali Ayan Rizvi. And he says that I thought we are under the Imam's safety. So that's why he had this beautiful drawing of the flag of Imam Mahdi. And the next one is I thought about how Allah made the Pandit and Pak first in the universe, and that's his depiction of it. The next slide is from Sister Sani Zahra. And what inspired me for this painting was the 5th day of 15 Shaban, the day of forgiveness and a better start. This painting shows how everyone prays that day and night so they can get blessed by Allah. This is Raya Fatma, and for her the inspiration was a different personalities whose birthdays we spent Shama, so we could see like I think see it's a depiction of a cake with the names of all the personalities of all the that were born in this month. And the next one was the last. Can you move forward, please? Yes. So this one is from Elia Manikia. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. And she says it's wajib for us to actively await our Imam Farajak and pray for his reappearance. My inspiration is the dua for his Zawur and Masjid Jamkaran, which always remind me of his presence. He's the sun hiding behind the clouds that will come and shine with his brightest color, inshallah. And may all of us be there to support him in his cause. Thank you so much, Sister Bushra. Before we go into today's result, Sister Bushra, I would like, I will appreciate if you could play the slideshow, the PowerPoint show that we have to announce the winners from yesterday quiz competition. All right. So for the winner for the age group of under 9 was Sayyida Ishal Rizvi. I believe there were like 3 or 4 participants, and she was the one who stood out for the judges. Congratulations, Ishal. The winner for the groups 10 to 14 is Fatima Kazmi. Again, there were 5 to 6 participants, and the competition were very close. All of you people who were there did very well. It was you could see in Kahoot, people were going, changing their positions, going up and down. It was a very well fought quiz. So congratulations, Sister Fatma. I think we have a second slide too, if you can put that on, Sister Bushra. There are a couple of more slides there. Thank you. The next slide. So in yesterday's quiz, we had some errors in selecting the right answers in the Kahoot game, and we do apologize for that. The results that you would see in the next slide would be after taking out these questions so that everyone gets a fair chance. The first question that was wrong, answer was wrong. In which city was Imam Mahdi born? It was Samara. The second is, what is the name of Imam Taqi's alayhi salam's mother? It was Bibi Sabika salamullah alayha. The third question was, which of the following is the aunt of Imam Taqi alayhi salam? And of course, it's Bibi Masuma salatullah alayha. And again, we do apologize for this. There were some errors in the selection of the right answer in Kahoot itself. Next slide, please. So the joint winners of yesterday's yesterday's quiz for the ages of 15 to 18 group was Alia Manikia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I keep bungling in that. Banin Kazmi and Vania Kazmi. I just wanted to iterate, state here that so inshallah in the next couple of days, all the participants will get a token from Dua Center for appreciation of their participation and a certificate. And the winners and runner-ups will get prizes. We'll be delivering those in the next couple of days. The tokens most probably will arrive by email. The prizes will be delivered to the winner's home. Thank you so much, Sister Bushra, for presenting this. I wanted to ask if the judges were ready to present.
Yes, so we do have a winner. We just wanted to say that it was a pretty close competition. Everyone was basically a winner in our eyes. We learned so much, and all the topics were really interesting. But the winner for today is Banin, and the runner-up, very close runner-up, is Sakina.
MashaAllah, everyone, please recite a big salawat for Sister Banin and Sister Sakina. Yeah. Right. Thank you so much. May Allah Ta'ala raise your darajat, give you more tawfiqat to recite more and more and become more involved in the community. I thank all the youth who have participated, whether in Mankabat, quizzes, or the speeches today. I thank all of you because this is what the purpose of starting this Imam Barga in Durham was, to involve our youth, to involve everyone, so that we can move forward towards welcoming our Imam when he comes in. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Everyone was so good. And then I also wanted to thank the parents. Without you, the kids would not have had the chance to do this. And I also wanted to thank the technical team of Dua Center who were able to put this together. Please recite a big salawat for everyone. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali. At this point, because my video can't show, it seems a bit odd. If everyone can open their video, I will basically display so that people can see whosoever has been participating. So here we go. Going forward, what I want to do is I wanted to thank our sponsors, which is Brother Hussein Qasim from Home Life and Miracle Reality, Mr. Jafri Abbas from Amra Realty, Mr. Maaz Salpur, Home Realty, Mr. Shah Haider from Remax Impact Realty, the Kabob Shop in Whitby and Pickering, Shalimar Grill and Banquet, Pakiza Food Whitby, Crispy Chicken Oshawa, and many other local supporters. I wanted to, because we're at the end of the programs, the 3-day Youth Shaban programs, this inshallah will be an annual event. And going forward, we will be approaching you with different programs for youth and for everyone else. I would like to give a big thanks to Qaim TV and Heather TV for their continued support, for telecasting these programs so that it could be seen around the world. So youth, kids, everyone, you've been seen around the world and appreciated by everyone. Jazakallah. Dua Center, of course, in the end, I would like to announce that Dua Center will be sending a small participant appreciation gift and a certificate to all participants within 2 days. The winners from the quizzes and contest speeches, your prizes will be delivered to you. Needless to say, you all were exceptional in on your own way. And as usual, in the end, we'll end, and I would like you to, whosoever is present, open your mics and respond to my naras. Nara Haidari, Ya Ali. Nara Haidari,
Ya Ali.
Husainiyat, Zindabad. Husainiyat, Zindabad. Yazidiyat,
Murdabad.
Yazidiyat,
Murdabad.
Dushman Ahle Bayt Lanat.
Beshuma.